Hello, Professor Tom Wolf here. This is the weekly video overview for our mobile web development class. This is for week one. I'm going to try and do this each week just to give you a quick overview of what we're doing. All of this information is in the weekly folder in Blackboard. So this week I'm going to give you a quick overview of basic networking technology so we can understand how it influences our web development. And although this is fairly technical content, you're really just going to need to have a kind of basic working understanding of it. The most important part of this will be this HTTP protocol. So for instance, understanding that every time you request a web page from a web server, the web browser generates an HTTP request, and that in fact the different images in the file mean a separate request for each one. Beyond that, what the meat of the course is going to be is working with HTML5, CSS3, and JavaScript. We'll get into that a little bit tonight. Mainly, I want to get you up and running with the sandbox so that you can work on your own. Next week is Martin Luther King's Day, and we'll be off, and so we won't have a class session, but I'll still expect you to work during the week and complete your assignments. So we'll talk about how to use NetBeans. The hands-on will be creating a page template and a section template and a site template, and we'll do that in the sandbox. So if you make it to the first class tonight, you should have a good hands-on. It'll carry you through for the next 2 weeks. If you don't choose to come to the first class, then, well, you'll probably be out of luck until I see you again. Each week I'll have these learning items. I'm not going to go through these individually. You're perfectly capable of reading them. This is the networking theory stuff that I talked about. A couple of technical and common things to the courses. I'll show you how to use the library access system to look at Safari. I've already recorded that in the introduction for the course. We won't use the UC file space so much this week, but eventually I'll show you that. You should know how to get into the Lynda site to look at the videos. I'm going to ask you to look at some of the Lynda videos for the course. And then the NetBeans and the assignment work is all hands-on, and we'll do that today together in class. Some quick resources. We're going to be using the HTML and CSS Visual Quick Start Guide, 8th edition. This is available on Safari Books Online through the University Library subscription as full text, so you don't have to purchase it. I'll use several other sources that are also on that site. And then I have instructor presentations. Usually those are in PowerPoint format. They're in Blackboard. The tutorials are on the w3schools.com site. We'll look at that at least in class tonight to make sure you know what I'm talking about. And you'll be using those throughout the semester. I have instructor videos. These are going to be linked in Blackboard. They're also typically on YouTube, although you do better to access them through Blackboard. And then we have the Lynda videos, and then the publicly available New Boston videos, which are pretty good, and my students like those. Understand that you're not going to be able to do everything. The idea here is for you to figure out what works with your learning style and access those materials. So I think minimally, I would say for most people, do the reading, look at the instructor and W3 Schools presentations, look at my instructor videos, and then look at anything else for extra info that you need. On the other hand, don't overlook the stuff. Take a look initially and see what's available. You might discover that, hey, I can burn through a Lynda video and learn most of the technical material for the next 3 or 4 weeks in an evening. So that might be a good way to go for you. Okay, again, tonight's hands-on, we're going to use the sandbox. I'll show you how to use that. We'll complete practicum 1 and 2. And hopefully lab 1, which is for this week. We'll get started on our student site. So I'm hoping that you'll be here tonight, and I hope you enjoy the course. Take care. Bye-bye.